celebrate Beverly Alston's retirement.
Okay, thank you. How you doing?
Okay.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine.
Fantastic. And you're here for what reason today?
To celebrate my girl taking a little rest from working.
Okay, thank you.
Hi, I'm Bea. I'm here to celebrate Beverly Alston's retirement. I think it's wonderful that she has lived long enough to enjoy the benefits of all the many years of hard work. Good luck, Bev.
How you doing? You're here today for what purpose?
We're here for Beverly Alston's retirement party.
Okay.
Lucky girl that she is. Just celebrating. Thank you.
Thank you. Hello, how you doing? Why are you here today?
I am here to celebrate the retirement of Beverly Alston, my big sister. Excited to be here. Congratulations, Bev. Looking forward to coming back for some more parties. Thank you.
He was looking at your picture on the flyer. He was like, who's that?
well-deserved retirement, aren't we? Yes. Very good. So to start this program off, I'm making a little program change. I'm going to ask Reverend Diane Lacey to come up and give the invocation. Reverend Lacey.
Let us pray. This is the short version. Precious Lord, we thank you for this gathering. We thank you that we are here to celebrate a wonderful woman and all of the activists and people who have been out there on the forefront caring for our community. And now we ask you to bless this food we're about to eat. Bless it to our bodies. We pray for those who are seeking food this day. May they find it on your comfort. We pray this in the mighty name of the God of many names. Amen.
Amen. Amen. And now we have an addition to our program because we have one of Beverly's special friends and supporters who came all the way here before he takes off for a very important trip. And we'd like to ask Reverend Al Sharpton to come up. He's been with Beverly through thick and thin. He's been there for her, she's been there for him, and it's only fitting that he would say a few words.
Well, thank you. Good afternoon. Let me say that I'm on my way to Los Angeles, but I had to come. Beverly Alston and I go back many, many decades of activism and work, and she is not, I've not stood with her through thick and thin. She stood with me through thick and thin, more thick than thin. And I do not believe she's retiring. I believe she's transitioning. Because as long as Beverly is with us, she'll be working. And when you look at this room, you see giants. Father Lawrence Lucas in the house. And we heard, though she wasn't talking to us, she was talking to God, Reverend Diane Lacey, who was one of those, when you look at Barack Obama, started with Diane Lacey's and others that taught us how to register to vote. I remember when Diane was involved in Harlem politics, all that. We can't forget those that paved the way for us. And Beverly was there. When I first knew of Beverly, Beverly and Calvin Alston. That's where last name came. Calvin was the youth leader for Adam Clayton Powell. And she's been involved since Adam's days, all of Charlie's days, and into Keith Wright days. Y'all in another election, but I'm gonna write history the way I want. I got the mic, so I can say it the way I want it. But I want her to know we cherish her, we love her. None of us would have been where we have gotten and survived if it wasn't for Beverly Alston. And we want her to know wherever she goes, we'll be there. Those of us that are still out here, like Lloyd Williams and Michael Hardy, our general counsel, Michael Hardy told me, whether you late for the plane or not, we're going by and say how we love Beverly. And we are doing that. Where did Michael go? Yeah. Don't give him no food, he ate. And I must say, now this is a real treat to me, you didn't know this, but I'm so happy to see a brother Lorenzo Upton. Where's Lorenzo? Now, you don't know this, Hardy, and you too young to know this, but William, but many years ago when I had faced a serious trial and Bob Abrams came after me, Upton was on my jury, and I would not, this occasion of me speaking would have been upstate somewhere in a state prison. Had Lawrence Upton not been there to say, free at last, free at last. And you don't look much different than you did then, but you're always look handsome to me. Every time I look at you, I hear not guilty. But Beverly, I had to come by. I'm going to California trying to get out the vote, but that's only because of you that I'm able to do what I do. And I want you to know whether it's Keith doing what he does in the legislature or me on television, radio, or wherever, Nan, it's because of you. You can look with pride and say, these are some of the fruits of my labor. And we want you to get some rest for about 3 hours, and then let's hit the brakes and keep on going. We love you, Chief. We love you for taking care of our queen, and we don't take for granted the days and nights that you had to understand why she was with us and not you. And we love and respect y'all. I want our grandchildren to know that their grandmother is walking history. She is made And the real movements are not those of us on the front line. It's those that make the front line look good because they build the lines behind us. And that was Beverly Alston every step of the way. We love you. Thank you, God.
Thank you. Moving right along, I would like to call Assemblyman Keith L.T. Brown. Very special friend of Beverly's. And he's our New York County leader. He's our Assemblyman in the 70th AD. And we appreciate, oh, well, I have to embellish a bit. You know, I know you're a friend of Beverly. We're all friends of Beverly's, but he has some special remarks to make to Beverly and his story about meeting Beverly.
Good afternoon, everyone. This is really a coming together of a Harlem family, of the Harlem family. And it's not about just being elected officials. Inez Dickens is right over there in the back. And it's not just about being elected officials away, but this is truly a coming together of the Harlem family. You know, Reverend Sharpton talked about Beverly and how he wouldn't, I guess, be doing the things that he's allowed to do because of Beverly. And that's really true. And I think that's probably true for all of us. I think that's true for absolutely all of us. Listen, I remember when Beverly first started out with Reverend Sharpton, and Reverend Sharpton was trying to get his Saturday morning meeting. You know, before that, we really didn't have Saturday morning meeting. Before 1980, might have been 79, somewhere. And they were in a little school on 134th Street every Saturday morning with Vernon Mason and Lenora Fulani, and, you know, and let's not forget Lady Ramona Whaley, right? So these are the folks, and Winola Glenn, and Alice Cornegay, folks like that. This is really the coming together of the Harlem family. So we all owe Beverly so much. I remember when I first met Beverly, she doesn't remember this, but my mother, my mother might have been the assistant principal of PS 197. I think Beverly was involved with the school board back in Beverly County. And my mother used to come home every day talking about Beverly Alston, talking about what problems the school board and the Beverly Alston was giving to her. And so, and especially Calvin. So I used to hear about this Beverly Alston. And let me just say this, if Beverly is your friend, you have the most zealous, passionate friend that one could ever hope to get. And she is with you in the good times and the bad times, no matter what kind of times you are. So Beverly is my friend. Lord knows she doesn't treat me the way elected officials supposed to treat me. Jesus Christ. Those phone calls at 7 o'clock in the morning, we all got no morning, you got no phone calls. So I just want to say, Beverly, thank you for allowing me to be myself, and you for being yourself, you and your family. And people don't know it. If you get invited to Beverly's house, make sure she makes the deviled eggs for you. I had about 20 deviled eggs one night. So with that, I just want to say, listen, somebody here made a money tree for Beverly. It's a tree I thought they were flowers, but they look exactly, it's made out of money. It's somewhere. Yeah, they had to hide it from Sam Roberts anyway. He doesn't get paid that much money. Anyway, so, and yes, I am still your assembly person. Oh, here's the money tree. This is made out of money. Michelle, I was trying to tell you that before. This is actual money. Look at it. I can't even pickpocket this money. So let me just say this. A lot of you know I've just come through a rather contentious campaign for Congress. Thank everyone in this room. Everyone in this room for the help and support that they gave to me and to our community. I didn't run because of me. I ran because of our folks on the corner. And so now, I can do what I want to do, go where I want to go, wear what I want to wear, any way I want to do it. And so what happens, what I end up doing next and what we end up doing next, suffice to say it's going to be done with a collaborative sense and with us taking advice from all of you in the community. So I just want to say, can we get a round of applause for Wyatt T. Walker Jr. for the great music? For the great music. Wyatt, my man. So I'd like to ask Assemblywoman Crystal Peoples-Stokes to please come up, and I'd like Commissioner Sam Roberts, former member of the legislature, to please come on up. And I'd like to ask future Assemblywoman Inez Dickens to please come on up. Since we don't have money to give and put on the tree, we as legislators have proclamations that we like to give away. We have plenty of those, right? but we don't give out lightly. So we have members of the legislature, past, present, and future, and this is the Beverly. So Crystal Peoples will start it off.
Whereas a great state is only as great as the most noble-minded, impactful individuals, whether through decades of service to the community, tireless work towards progressing our society, breaking barriers of discrimination through devout activism, or simply through years of good citizenry. And whereas an outstanding public servant worked tenuously to improve the lives of others throughout her entire career, most recently with the New York State Office of General Services, and previously with the New York City Council, the New York State Executive Chamber, and the New York State Insurance Department.
Whereas in service to all of us, to the Lord and to greater mankind, she helped propel the now famous National Action Network to an internationally recognized civil rights organization. That's right. Is a member and advocate of the Abyssinian Baptist Church, a member of the Riverbend Co-op Board, a past president. We all know all your history. A past president of the Jackie Robinson Park Conservancy, and a graduate of City College. And whereas a lifelong resident of Harlem, USA, and known throughout the community for her personality and strong convictions, she is a neighbor and a friend to so many, exhibiting compassion and charisma, honesty, humor, and passion and intelligence towards every endeavor, and
I don't have my glasses on. Oh my goodness, here we go. Whereas such significant achievement and worthless dedication embodies the character and compassion that inspires all of us, is truly the lifeblood of our community. Now therefore be it. Well, if I can ask Reverend Sharpton to come up here for this presentation too. He's just sitting there, you know, the plane's not leaving yet, brother. And Lloyd Williams, would you please come up for this presentation? Come on, this might make the Amsterdam news, Lloyd. We might be in the Harlem news or something. All right, come on.
Now therefore be it resolved.
Proclaim that as a duly elected member of the State Assembly of New York, I recognize that in Beverly Alston,
We celebrate an outstanding public servant on her retirement, an event worthy of the esteem of both the Village of Harlem and the great state of New York. Signed by Keith Wright, October 29, 2006.
Get in the picture, get in the picture. Get in the picture, get in the picture. The judges might make the Amsterdam if we're lucky.
All right, I don't want this program to fall apart now. So, because we just got one other presentation before we eat, which is very important, right? All right. Assembly member Crystal Peoples-Stokes is one of Beverly's BFF, best friends forever. She is a assembly member of the 141st District. Praise me now. Help me, Beverly.
Beverly, get in there. Get in the picture.
Buffalo, New York. I'm like getting crazy here. Buffalo, New York. Crystal told me the second largest city in New York State. So I want to let you know that this year, Crystal introduced and I think got passed a piece of very important legislation, especially to our community, in which the bill to seal records for marijuana misdemeanor convictions. That's very important. And this is the right-up sister. She does it for us. She's there for us. She's been there for Beverly. She and Beverly have this very close relationship, and now I'm asking her for remarks.
Amen. And by the way, we did pass that bill in the state assembly. We got to do a little work on the state senate to get them to move on it, but that's a part of legislation. Let me just start by saying, to God be the glory for all the great things He has done. I want to honor my ancestors, because if it's not for them, I would not even be able to be elected. Let's don't vote. And I want to honor my family because they always support me in whatever I do, whether they like it or not. Many times they don't. And I want to honor the fact that Beverly Alston is now a member of my family. Because we chose each other, not biological. She chose me, and I chose her. We're sisters. And so when I first met her, it was the first time I ever ran for the state assembly. And I was in New York City. It was a Democratic Party convention. And I want to say Cuomo was running for lieutenant governor or governor or something or the other. She was on his team. And they were a little upset because they weren't winning. But when we got a chance to meet, she said, well, what you running for? I said, I'm running for the state assembly in Buffalo, New York. She said, well, whose seat is that now? When I told her whose seat it was, she said, well, I can't stand him. I'm going to help you raise money. My first fundraiser in New York City. Because Beverly Alston was ready for somebody else to represent that seat. And I cannot thank her enough. She has literally been with me every step of the way since then. She came to Buffalo and helped me on the election. She's been with me on family cruises when my mother turned 90 years old. She's been with me through the time my now husband and I were growing up. She told me you should try to keep your Crystal. I didn't listen to her for a while. Finally, I did listen to her. But in terms of somebody with mother wit, you don't expect your peers to have mother wit. You think about mother wit as your grandmother or your great-grandmother. But Beverly has mother wit. She has insight on issues and thought processes that most people don't even get to that level of thinking. But she can break it down to you, I don't care what subject it's on. On any subject, she can break it down. Lastly, I would say this. The first time I spent the night at her house, when she told me she was a fifth-generation Harlemite. Like, okay. Fifth generation, okay. We're in her bedroom. I looked behind the door because she told us we could plug the iron in that. And there was a picture of her and Malcolm X. And I was like startled. I said, is that Malcolm X on that picture? She said, yeah. I said, well, what is it doing behind the door? I took that picture down. I took it to Buffalo. I got it duplicated. And it hangs in my dining room in my house, which is called the Legacy House. It's a powerful legacy that Beverly is leaving for all of us. You can learn so much from her. I just take it as an honor to even know her and to get to love her. And I thank her family, much like Reverend Sharpton, for allowing her to spend so much time with others to do so much in the community. I can tell you that some people say she's retired. She may not be getting a paycheck from the state. She's still going to get a check. But she's still going to be working. She's still going to be working. You can't hold her down. And for that, I think it's an awesome opportunity to celebrate. Happy retirement, sister. I love you.
Yes.
We all love her. Now time to eat. I want to ask.
Where are you headed, man? Tracy.
Tracy, we're standing outside.
Well, I'm here to honor one of the great activists of our time who's retiring from a job but not retiring from the struggle, Beverly Alston.
Now about Nat Turner. They think he was crazy. Everybody should have been crazy in the conditions that he lived in at that time. And there are those who are out front, but there are those who make activists even greater than they are. Like when Beverly Alston ensured that Wyatt T. Walker got the Martin Luther King Award 2 years ago. She has always spoken up for those who spoke up for us and gave us a voice. Now, Beverly has a lot of ways of convincing people to do things. And that's one way. And I can remember when Reverend Al Sharpton and I met each other, he gave me some advice. He said, the crack epidemic has come to Harlem. It was 1985, 1986. He said, now, they know where the crack houses are, but they don't seem to do anything about it. So, since they claim they don't know where they are, why don't you and I go around and draw red X's to make it easier for them to find the crack houses? So we did that, and we got assistance from the only political person in the neighborhood that would do it at the time, Beverly Alston. And her dynamic effort, her great leadership is really why we are coming to the end of the first African-American president of the United States. We've had an African-American mayor of New York City, and somehow we had an African-American governor of New York City. Now, I became governor a little different than the way the other two got into office. We won't talk about how I became governor, other than to say that it was the best benefit I ever got from sex, and I wasn't even there. But in that time, with Beverly at my side, we raised the minority and women's business participation from 2.5% to 24% in this state. We fined more people for crimes that they never should have even been convicted than the last 12 governors added up. And we commuted the sentences of people who really, there was no more justice that could be served by having them in prison. Just some of the things that Beverly speaking in my ear, and many of you speaking in my ear, reminding me, don't forget where you came from, don't worry about what the outcome is, worry about what you can achieve now. So, we're here today to honor someone who's dynamic, articulate, perceptive, courageous, outspoken, and I'm talking about Beverly Alston. She is retiring from her job. She has retired. That's an update. But you should know, as long as you hear that Beverly Alston's heart is beating, you'll know that it's beating for the struggle. Thank you very much.
know Beverly is a very religious person. She always has God in her life. So to close out this meal, we're going to call up Father Lawrence Lucas to do a benediction. And then we'll move on with the bubbly and the dessert and dancing. Father Lucas.
Benediction is called God's blessing, and we're going to do that. We want God to bless everybody who's here, get them home safely. We want to bless those who have arranged this retirement party, and we want to bless the center of this retirement party, Beverly Alston. Even though I'm only 35 years old, I'm running for the White House. I knew Beverly as a teenager when I was a young priest. You know how long ago that is. Beverly was working then. My cousin had a summer program in which they treated the children wonderfully well at home. Part of that program was one teenager. I don't even know if she had finished high school yet. Beverly Alston. And I've followed her career ever since. They say she retired from the state job. She hasn't retired from the struggle.
No.
I think Beverly was born working, and she's going to go back to God working. And for this we say, may God's blessing be upon her. Everybody who has had any relationship with her, and above all, the community for which she has worked so hard and so well. God bless you all.
And so now, I'd like to ask Beverly's partner of life, Jolie, Joseph. And then I'm going to ask you got a champagne glass on your table to lift your glasses because Joe's going to lead the toast. Beverly, can you come forward?
Thank you. You have heard many things said about Beverly tonight, this afternoon, and I can say they're all true. I think that Beverly is one of the most wonderful women in the world. There are many women in the world, and Michelle Obama. But I would like to say Beverly has been a dear friend, a dear partner, sometimes a lover, and she's not involved in the struggle. But I can say one thing. Beverly, when you've got Beverly in your corner, you've got a person in your corner that will fight and fight and fight some more. So I would like all of you to raise your glasses to a wonderful woman. I sometimes call her Wonder Woman. But to my partner and a wonderful, wonderful friend, Beverly, congratulations. Here is to you. Thank you. That's it.
Now I would like to call Raquel Hall our chair of the committee. Give her a hand. The best chair going.
So there have been so many wonderful, this microphone sounds like, there have been so many wonderful things that have been said about Beverly. I don't know that I can say anything more. Probably on the personal side, as we all think of siblings we may have, and I happen to be an only child, but I would consider Beverly my sister. So I can't even describe it. I mean, the heart, the soul, she's just real all the way through. So, as we all transition into our next stages, there are wonderful things we want to do, and we realize it's a lot more important to have friends and experiences than things, right? Yeah. The stuff doesn't last. So we wanted to give her the proceeds from the event, but then we decided, we know how Beverly is, she'd just give it to somebody else. So the committee met and decided instead we would put together a really wonderful trip.
Wow.
Dubai? Dubai, that's a good one. I'm just sorry about that. Well, thanks to all the alphabet. Okay. Thanks to all the love in the room, we have over $1,000. So we can put together something really nice, and we have everybody's name in the book and send you a beautiful photo from our experience.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to make a speech, and unfortunately it's not going to be so extemporaneous because my heart is so filled. So I did jot down a few words today, so enjoy them. So everybody would just kind of bear with me, okay? First, I really want to give thanks to God who's first in my life. Yeah. I want to thank people like Ron for being here, for all of you that came from out of town, my cousin Pam. Let me just read this. And you've probably heard a lot of, I feel like my life has actually been exposed today because everybody does really know me so well. And many of you know that I've always said that my life is an open book. Well, I'm going to tell you an abbreviated story of my life right now. And I'm sure that you'll find this probably interesting, and hopefully you'll find it amusing. And while I may not mention your names personally, I want you all to know that all of you that have entered have played a very, very important role in my life. First, my parents, Barbie Lane Carter and Arthur Cato Smith, realized that their second child of collectively their 11 was special when I was lifted from PS 90 and bused to Washington Heights to be put into a class for Gene. As Gene always tells me when I can keep this a secret, intellectually gifted children. Imagine me, can you believe it? From 7th Avenue and 146th Street. I like to call it the other Harlem. Where some of Harlem's greatest legends grew up, however. Above 135th Street, folk like Freddie Crawford and Don Washington, Artie Georges, all who were mentors for me at early stage of my life. I was privileged at age 12 to have been recognized for leadership abilities when my third grade teacher, Nan Bowe, nominated me to be in Harding's leadership training program. It was there that I was mentored. I guess the foundation of my activism was laid through the teachings of the late Malcolm X, who mentored us as a consultant on a weekly basis. For all of you that may be interested, you can probably learn more about this program through a book in the annuals of the Library of Congress called Using Together. By Dr. Kenneth Clark, that's right. Well, you know, sorry. William Allen knows about this because I'm going to talk about my husband next, and William actually preceded Calvin in greatness. So, at the ripe age of 17, I married the love of my life, Harlan's son, and the only youth mayor of Harlem, Calvin Alston. Calvin, through his surrogate moms, Ernest Cornegay, Bernice Bola, Ernest Francis, Ellen Testamore, Elaine Parker, and surrogate fathers, Joe Overton, Judge Andrew Tyler, Livingston Wingate, would become the youngest school board chair in the city of New York. Wow, what a union. And by age 19, I had attended the presidential inauguration of Richard Nixon, spent summers on Martha's Vineyard, staying at the home with other guests like April Randolph, traveling to Puerto Rico, Guadalupe, and other parts of the Caribbean. Imagine me, a nappy-headed little child from 7th Avenue. Ramona Whaley, you heard Dr. Reverend Sharpman speak earlier today about Ramona Whaley. And actually, Raquel, the chair. Raquel is really, and she really is my sister, and she's the daughter of Dr. Ramona Whaley, who meant everything to me. And she was certainly a very, very dear friend who would eventually become my next door neighbor when I later met and united with Joe Leake. It's hard to imagine how I would have raised 4 children without her. I can still remember one day back in the Tawana Brawley days when another dear friend of ours, G2 Riusi, called on Moni and me as Harlem activists to introduce us to his protege, Brooklyn-born Al Sharpton. Collectively, they were sick and tired of the Harlem established Negro leaders whose voices were silent when it came to Mayor Koch's oppressive attitude towards blacks. Moni and I became huge supporters of Reverend Al, as he mentioned earlier. We introduced him to Harlem, became original members of the National Action Network, and the rest is history. As a side, there are a lot of things I can say about the Rev, but you should know that he has proven time and time again that when I needed him, he's always there for me. Much like another gentleman in this room, Abu Kareem Shabazz, at this table over here. Abu, I love you. Lloyd Williams, is Lloyd still here? Keith Wright and Michael Hardy. And how would I have ever succeeded in this wonderful life of ups and downs if it were not for my sisters like Angie Lawrence, Linda Guy, the Maggie sisters, Gwen Connors. And I'm not saying this because Gwen gave me that wonderful money tree. Gwen, where are you? But I am telling you, Gwen always had everything going on, fashion shows in the Lincoln houses. I mean, and Gwen still has it. Gwen, I love you. Jill, I love you. And my godmother, Zella Jackson Overton. Former Deputy Superintendent of Community School District No. 5, and the person who inspired me to become a New York City school teacher before again entering the era of political empowerment. My current sister and dearest friend, Assembly Member Crystal Peoples-Stokes from Buffalo. I want to thank you for being here and know how much it means to me. I'm so happy that we bonded the way that we did. But every single one of you here is very special to me, and I am humbled that you've honored me with your presence here this afternoon. You really don't know how much it means. I want to give a special shout out to all of the members of my retirement committee, Raquel Hall, Valerie Jo Bradley, Deneen, my pinky princess Brown, LaShawn Henry, Angie Lawrence, my daughter Tanya Lee, Wanda Ricks, my niece Sandra Roberts, she's the daughter of former Assemblyman. Where's Sandra? Hi, Sandra, my niece, Sandra Roberts, and of course, my little sister and daughter of Dr. Ramona Whaley, Rocky. I love you all so much. I want to acknowledge my family members. I want you all to please stand, especially my son Calvin, who has blessed me with the loves of my life, my grandchildren. My grandson has loved me. So that's CJ and my granddaughter, Mackenzie. My daughter, Tanya Leak, and of course a special shout out to my domestic partner of 36 years, who's back in my life, guys. God did it. So I want to give a shout out to Children's State Office Builders family, to my Abyssinian Baptist Church family, my Riverbend Housing Company family, the Uptown Democratic Club, a very important role in my life. I love you all, and as I said before, my life is an open book, and you're all a part of it, and the last chapter has not closed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Beverly. We all do. And just so you know, Beverly's worked for over 45 years in the world. I know you probably kill me about that. But anyway, now that she has retired, I bet some of you didn't know some of the things that she's done throughout her working life, including being an entrepreneur and businesswoman when she owned, let me take my glasses off, I can't read without it. She worked, oh God, I can't find it now. She had a business. It's okay. She worked, no, I want people to know. She worked at CBS Radio. And she was at American Express. And she was at the Singer company, which was a sewing machine company. And they did other stuff too, right? But I know them as sewing machine company. Wow. And so she's done a lot of things in addition to her political work. She's touched many people's lives. And now I'd like to call Tanya Leak and Mackenzie up. They're giving you a special tribute. After that, we can dance.
Grandma. I wonder where you keep your wings. Are they hung in your closet with the rest of your things? Do you put them away and just use them at night? Or give them to Auntie to polish up bright? I know you have wings, for this must be true. Cause God always gives them to angels just like you.
Thank you everyone for coming. It means so much to Beverly. Thank you so much. Now let's party.
Yes.
Wait a minute, Beverly wants to say something.
Hey guys, I want you to know that that's my nephew, Tracy Capitalist, that's providing the DJ entertainment. Tracy, thank you so much for everything. I love you.
you know the dance, we're on the floor. If you don't know it, then let's follow somebody. Here we go. Come on. Hey, small girls. Yo, we gotta get up. Have a meeting, girls. Come on.
Thank you.